Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of The Walk Around. Grab your popcorn, get some drinks, and enjoy the show. Alrighty, what's up guys, and welcome back to episode 5 of season 3 of The Walk Around. And today, again, we're doing well with the trains. You know, we did the Enduros, and now we're on to the commuter. So yeah, again, absolute kingpin in the commuter side of things. Again, this one is, I feel like it's the best of both worlds. I've seen a lot of guys who do deliveries using these things, and I've seen a lot of guys who are just commuting to and from work who use them. So yeah, absolutely solid bikes. One of the companies, I don't know if we still work with them, but Pathcare, delivery company, they swear by these things. So yeah, and they look very nice. You know, you wouldn't say that this is like a little, 150cc commuter, and I think it is a 150. Yeah, 150. So yeah, looking absolutely snazzy, I must say. And yeah, without further ado, guys, we're just gonna jump straight into this one, guys. This is a 2023 Suzuki GS150R, selling for 32,500. I must say, it's very good price on this thing. Again, it is actually one of the bikes that I was considering when it came for me to look for a commuter. However, as I said, guys, previous episodes, I went for the Commander 450. Terrible idea, but nonetheless, here we are. So yeah, guys, we're just going to jump straight into it as we always do. Have a look at modifications / things that I want to bring light to, and then we'll have a look at any sort of performance affecting damage, and following that, we'll give you guys a nice little startup. So without further ado, unfortunately, I think this is going to be exactly the same as the last 2 episodes, guys. I'm really, just from a brief look, I'm not seeing any sort of modifications. Sorry. I'm dying. It's okay. But yeah, guys, honestly, sometimes you get a nice little muffler on there, a little shorty, but I'm not seeing anything. I don't see any modifications, which, if you know by now, that's the way I like it. Honestly, guys, that's the way to go. These mirrors. Okay, mirrors are aftermarket. Mirrors are aftermarket. Otherwise, guys, that's literally it. There's no other modifications. And as I said, if you know by now, if you've been watching the previous episodes, guys, I always say the more stock, the better. The more accessories you have, the more aftermarket parts you have involved, the more room you have for error. So, in my opinion, obviously everyone's going to have their own opinion. In my opinion, guys, the more stock a bike is, the better. Obviously, you can do stuff like a little exhaust or, some grips or some aftermarket indicators, but, it creates room for error. If you're putting an exhaust on and you don't tune it, you might be causing problems with your engine, with back pressure and fuel ratios and stuff. If you put aftermarket indicators on, maybe for some reason it's gonna cause some problems with your electrical system. So, yeah, honestly, I always say, just keep it stock. Just keep it stock. And a lot of guys nowadays, a lot of these companies, if you're buying a new bike, if you have a warranty on that thing, if you go and put aftermarket parts on it, you can void that warranty, especially the likes of an exhaust. So yeah, as I always say, the more stock, the better. So yeah, guys, just to avoid repeating myself over and over again, the more stock you have, the less room you have for error. So yeah, just keep it stock. Unless you're going to do small modifications here and there, like some grips, or if you're going to do an exhaust, guys, just do some research. Just find out if you need to adjust back pressure or fueling ratio or something like that, because it can. I'm not saying it will cause problems, but it can. I had my R3, my Yamaha little R3. I did a decat and I put an exhaust on it. Yes, I probably should have tuned it, adjusted for the back pressure changes and fuel ratio changes, but, well, mainly air to ratio changes, but it didn't damage the bike. So I rode it for a few months like that, and yeah, it really depends. A lot of people are going to say, no, you have to go and tune it, you have to do this, you have to do that. But there are people who are going to say, no, it's not necessary, So yeah, as I said, just do your research, make sure that you're not going to cause any damage by doing any sort of the modifications that you're doing. And if you are doing modifications, guys, just make sure they're being done right. Please, just make sure they're being done right. I've seen a lot of nightmare situations online, people taking their bikes to backyard mechanics, and it causes more problems. It causes more harm than good. I mean, recently I saw This guy had a puncture on his front tire on the highway, and he had roadside assistants come out and help him with it. They threaded his this axle bolt, so you can imagine what kind of issues that causes. So again, if you are going to put parts, if you are going to do servicing, guys, just take it to someone reputable, you know. And guys, if you do purchase from us, we've got a fully functioning service center over there. Parts, repairs, servicing, no matter what it is, we can help you with it. So yeah, just please be wary about that. So yeah, just a little side note, because there aren't any modifications, just to give you guys a little bit of an insight. So yeah, guys, without further ado, let's have a look at any sort of damage, and then following that, we'll have get a nice little startup going. So I must say, I am struggling a little bit to find damage, but I did see on this side, I think the bike has maybe been dropped over here, especially also because of this little crack in the seat, and that over there. However, I'm not seeing any major damage over here. I can see that that's been a little bit damaged there. This has been painted, and then you guys will see on that foot peg, that's what takes the brunt of it, eh? So yeah, definitely been dropped at the very least on this side. So yeah, just keep that in mind when you're having a look at this thing. I think this, you actually can just reposition it a little bit, get it to sit in a little bit more of a natural position. Yeah, guys, other than that, this side we're looking very snazzy. A lot of stock components, even down to that rear mudguard there at the back. Very uncommon to see those on the bikes that are owned by, you know, non-delivery bike riders. So yeah, again, just awesome to see how stock this thing really is. And then on this side, I really don't think anything happened there. It's been painted, but it's not damaged. You'll see here, we've still got all of that there at the bottom. No scuffing or anything like that. No scratches on that casing. Shifter hasn't been bent or anything like that. Fairings are all good on this side. Again, that grip is perfect. That lever is perfect. So yeah, I think it was probably that side that it got dropped onto, and then they just replaced everything accordingly. You guys will see. Nice modification. Dewet&Bike tank bed. Yes, very nice, very nice. Need to get one of those for my little precious Triumph. It's coming back today, finally. If you guys are keeping up with the episodes, you'll know that it's been in the workshop now for about 4 weeks. So very excited to get it back today. But anyways, it's a little bit off topic. Yeah, I did see a dent in one of the rims, or it could have been the rim tape. Where was it? I think maybe it was the rim tape. Because if your rim tape is put on skew, then it gives the effect that the rim is skew. I think it was the rim tape there at the front. It must have been. As you guys can see, the rim tape, it wasn't put on perfectly, so it's just a little bit wonky. And because the rim tape is a little bit wonky, it gives the effect that the rim is wonky. That's not wonky. I said wonky a lot of times. But yeah, okay. I guess yeah. No, that makes sense. That makes sense. Otherwise, guys, really nothing major. Again, nothing performance affecting. Let's say that. So I'm actually touching on stuff that isn't going to affect the performance of this bike. Yeah, guys, I think that is about it. Just a bit of wear and tear here on this foot peg from your foot, constantly rubbing against there. As I said, guys, just a little puncture in the seat here. Nothing major. All of this at the back is still looking very nice and snazzy and new. This thing has probably got pretty low mileage on it, but we'll have a check. Rear sprocket's looking good. Front sprocket I can't get a good look at, so I'm not going to really touch on that. Chain is looking good, I must say. I did have a look at it a little bit earlier. Forks aren't leaking or anything like that. Yeah. Again, just on that foot peg, purely just abrasion from wear and tear over time from the rider having his foot there. Otherwise, guys, really not seeing anything major, eh? Nothing major at all. This is a very nice bike, actually. And the thing is, I've ridden one of these. Yes, it's a 150, but it's not like the big boy 150s or the TSR 125s. These things actually have a little bit of power behind them, I must say. You know, it's a really good commuter, and it makes sense why it's so popular. Again, as I said, servicing is really available here in the country. Parts are really very much so readily available. Just a nice, cheap, quick, easy to use little bike. And I mean, what more could you ask for when you're looking for commuters? So then, yeah, I will mention it does have an electric start. However, you guys will see over here we've also got the kickstart. So if for whatever reason your battery runs flat and leave your ignition on overnight or something, you can kickstart it, which is super nice. Very, very nice, fail safe. You know, the only way you're going to get stranded is if your engine blows up or you run out of fuel. So yeah, super nice to see that. And then I've been thinking about it. There's normally like a little piece. I don't really know what you would call it, but like a little no, not even like a fairing. It's just like a little bar that sits there like that on either side. That's the only sort of major thing that I'm seeing. Well, not seeing, should I say? Otherwise, guys, really, this thing is in very, very, very snazzy condition. I love how it's all blacked out. It just looks like Batman. If Batman had a bike, this would be his bike. If Iron Man had a bike on the R1, that was a very, very, very beautiful bike. So, yeah, guys, I think that just about wraps things up. Let me get some keys and we'll give you guys a nice little startup. One of the nice things about these is it's also got a digital gauge, or digital dash, should I say. So you got your fuel gauge over there, there's your kilometers, and there's your gear indicator there as well as your time, obviously. I do see we're low on fuel. Whoopsies. Trying to put the kickstand down, but it's already down. So yeah, there you have it, guys. I'm gonna let this thing warm up and then I'll give you guys a nice little rev and finish things off. Alrighty, let's give it a little rev. See, it's actually quite nice, I must say. It's not too quiet. It's not like the XR125. It's got a little bit of sound to it, eh? And I must say, I've heard a lot of these things with a little exhaust on there. Super snazzy. It's actually quite loud, surprisingly enough. So yeah, guys, that just about wraps things up. I don't think there's anything else for me to touch on. Please, if I missed anything, guys, just drop a question down there in the comments. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Otherwise, that just about wraps things up for this, well, episode 5 of season 3 of the walk around, guys. I'm gonna head out today. I need to actually get home so that I can pick up the Triumph. I'm gonna be delivered that side. So yeah, unfortunately, I'm not able to bang out too many episodes. But yeah, I'll be back soon. Get some more episodes out for you guys. We have quite a few interesting ones coming up. Let me actually see. We've got a GSX150 over there. We've got a Husqvarna that I haven't done. I just can't see it at the moment. And then we've got that beautiful Z250 coming up. And there's also 2 Polaris quads as well. So yeah, guys, just keep an eye on the channel. There'll definitely be a few more videos popping out this month. These 5 are all gonna go up at once. We're not doing the old schedule where we actually put all the videos up at once. We're not doing that anymore. We had some issues with YouTube thought that we were AI. We are not AI, YouTube. We are not. So yeah, guys, that wraps it up for today. Again, if you have any questions, please just drop it down there in the comments. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Otherwise, guys, that's it for me today. I hope you guys all enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys all in the next episode. Peace.